Hello! A very good morning to you. Today the weather is lovely and I'm ready to go to the beach. We're going to the beach today. So I'm wearing my cute little bikini and I'm waiting very patiently. It's very early, the dogs woke us up, but I just thought I would film my mid-year freakout tag because that's what all the cool kids are doing, and yeah, it seems really cool. It's my first one, so let's just get right on into it. Okay, so the tag was originally created by Shammy at Read Like Wildfire and Ellie at Earl Grey Books. So I will leave their links down below. So let's get into it. Number 1, best book you've read so far this year, and that would definitely be The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This book just destroyed me. Utterly destroyed me. I think that it was more powerful for me having read the Iliad. Oh my god, the feels. Like, I was hoping that Madeline Miller would change certain things that happened, and what she wrote was devastating, and yeah, cry so hard. But it's so good. This is by far, I think, the best of the year, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So, also, Madeline Miller is coming out with a new book next year called Circes, and it is about the witch from the Odyssey, so look out for that. I'm so excited. Number 2, best sequel you've read so far. Okay, so I don't really read a lot of sequels, like where I'm waiting. It's like if I read the first book and it's amazing, I will read all the books after that. So the series this year that I read the first and then I ravenously read the second and the third was the Foxhole Court trilogy. So the first is Foxhole Court, and then it goes The Raven King, and then it goes The King's Men. So Raven King and King's Men, both of those would be my best of the year because I think I read the span of all 3 in like a day and a half when I was on vacation, and I just couldn't put it down. Like, it was the kind of series where you stop for food and bathroom breaks and nothing else. Like, it consumes your life. Yeah, so Foxhole Court all the way. Okay, number 3, new release you haven't read yet but want to. This is for sure Strange the Freaking Dreamer. I want to read that book so bad. It's by Laini Taylor, if you don't know. And the thing is, I haven't found any copies in Japan. That's one reason. The second reason is, if I'm going to order it, then I really want the UK edition, specifically the one with the blue pages. So I'm very particular about it, and I'm going back to the US in August, so I'm just waiting so patiently, and I'm gonna buy the UK edition with the blue covers if I can find it. And so I'm patiently waiting, but I'm also dying because everyone's like, it's amazing, and I'm like, wow, it sounds so amazing. I wish that I could be reading it too right now. Yeah, so I am really, really looking forward to reading that, and I pretty much think as soon as I buy it, I will just read it. Okay, so question number 4, most anticipated releases of the next half of the year, and for me that is Beast Made of Night by Tochi Onyebuchi, and I saw someone haul this from BEA, I believe, and it just sounded so amazing. So it's a fantasy setting, and when people sin, their sin manifests as sin beasts. And there are these people called Aki, I believe, and they can destroy the sin beast, but in doing so, they must take a basically tattoo or a mark of the sin beast upon their body, and then they also have the trauma, like they retain it in their mind. So a lot of them go crazy, and as the book opens, it opens with like a 17-year-old Aki, who is really, really good at destroying sin beasts, and he's really cocky, and then he's called to destroy the sin beast of the king. So I'm just like, wow, it sounds so amazing. And I haven't heard anyone else who bought it or who hauled it, so I'm just really looking forward to reading that book. I believe it comes out in September, October. Man, all the books are coming out September, October, so yeah. Anyway, so number 5, the biggest disappointment, and for me that is The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz. So this book obviously won the Pulitzer Prize, and there's a huge audience for this book that really appreciate it and love it, but a lot of the things about it, Puerto Rican history, Spanish, and neologisms, which are like area-specific slang, and Tolkien references and video game references, just completely like over my head. So I don't speak Spanish, I don't know that much about Tolkien, and I'm not really into video games, so I think I was the wrong audience for this, but I just remember being like, wow, it sounds so great, it's about a geeky guy who can't fit in, and then I started reading it, and I was so lost, and I think a lot of the things I was supposed to connect to, I just wasn't there, like, for that, so, yeah, I rated this book quite low, and I really wanted to love it, but I ended up really not liking it at all. Okay, so next is The Biggest Surprise, and for me, that is The Core of the Sun by Johanna Sinisalo. So I actually talked a bit about this in my last wrap-up. I will leave the link to my wrap-up for June down below, and this book is... I bought it because, one, the summary sounded amazing, and two, it's a genre called Finnish Weird, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's weird shit coming from Finland. So, this book is basically Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood plus Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler plus Chili Peppers. A lot of the ideas in here are really interesting, and a lot of the things that happen in the book I have never read at all in any other book. It's very weird and quirky, and I think it also has a lot to say about how we represent ourselves in society. And so if you're looking for like a totally bizarre but really good book, and you kind of like things like The Handmaid's Tale, then I would highly recommend this book. And yeah, I mean, what more do you need? Chili Peppers and Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, it's great. Okay, so next is newest favorite author, and for me, I'm gonna say Becky Albertalli because I read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda because everyone was like, oh my god, it's so awesome! And I was like, okay, and then I read it and I was like, oh my god, this is the gosh darn cutest thing I have ever read. So it's just the kind of book when you finish it, you're like, wow, everything is right in the world, and oh my god, so adorable. So then I picked up The Upside of Unrequited. I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna take it to the beach today. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into it. But I'm just starting to trust her as an author that writes books that make me feel good and have kind of a happy atmosphere, and also they contain a lot of LGBT elements, so that's always amazing. So I'm really looking forward to reading more by Becky Albertalli. So next is newest fictional crush, and for this I couldn't choose between my two babies, so you get two. Lucky you! So number one is Andrew from Foxhole Court, and I know a lot of people think he's crazy and violent, and he certainly is, but that's the kind of like baby that is misunderstood, and you know, I love that kind of character so much, which is why the other one, my other bae, Sin from Evanfall by Santino Hassel, basically Sin is Andrew, but Andrew plays Exy and is in college, and Sin is an assassin in a deep splinter cell of the American government. So if you like Foxhole Court and you like Andrew, please read Evanfall, because Sin is just so precious. Like, oh my god, I want to adopt them, and yeah, I love them so much. And for the next one, I know it is newest favorite character, and I was just gonna choose my babes again, because I'm a lazy slug, but I won't, because that's just laziness. So I'm gonna choose actually Baru from The Traitor Baru Cormorant by Seth Dickinson. She is just one really badass chick. It follows her from her childhood to her country being colonized, and then as she moves within her the country that colonized her up the ranks, she starts out as an accountant, and then she becomes a total badass, fierce, like, warrior and strategist. And the book isn't for everyone. It's very dense, and there's a lot of plot, and there's a lot of like political machinations, but she's great. And the choices that she makes and the things that she does and her goals are just really amazing, and she's a really strong character, and I can't get her out of my head. I read her in the beginning of the year, like January or February, and she's probably my favorite character other than my baes, and yeah, so you should check it out. Okay, so the next one is books that made you cry. So, as expected, Song of Achilles shattered my heart, and I got a major book hangover after this because I just was like weeping, sobbing, like not even like the cute little like dribbly tears where it's like, oh my god, so sad. It was like once I reached the last 50 pages, I was pretty much silently crying, and then when I reached the last chapter, I was full out sobbing, like the ugly kind where it sounds, you know, just not cute at all, and it's very much like I came up to bed after that and my whole face was swollen from crying. So this book is amazing, and if you would like to have your heart shattered in a good way, then go for it. So the next is books that made me very happy, and for this I'm going to go with Simon vs. a Homo Sapiens Agenda. This book is just, like I've said, so gosh darn cute. Oh my gosh, it's just, whoo, it's so cute. And the other one is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. So both of these books, when you read them, it just feels like your heart is just like getting a little dose of happy. So this one is straight saccharine. This is so sweet, and I think that I was happy the whole way through. This one has a little bit of like some drama and a little bit of darker elements that happen. So it's not sweet the whole time, but like if you were gonna choose books for ultimate sweetness this year, these would definitely win out for me. So they are just so adorable and oh, so cute. Okay, so number 12 is books that were made into film that you liked. So I live in Japan, so a lot of films don't come here. The only one I think I've seen that was maybe a book in the past is Beauty and the Beast. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, Emma Watson can't sing for shit. But I'm not a singer, so I really enjoyed it. I liked the whole movie. It was visually stunning. I love the songs because I know them all because I'm a total Disney brat. And yeah, I had a great time. I went with my fiance and we just, you know, got to watch this really adorable movie about Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, it was so cute. Also, Beauty and the Beast is huge here. Like pencil cases, pencils, bookmarks, erasers, like everything that could be made into merchandise was made into Beauty and Beast merchandise. When Japanese people really love an American movie, they really, really love that movie. So, 13. Favorite review I've done this year, or video that I've done this year. So for this one, I don't have like a specific video, it's just any haul that I do, because hauling books is so awesome. Like, hauling books I think is why a lot of people are even on BookTube. Like, I love to watch other people's hauls, I like to make my own hauls. Who am I kidding? I like to spend so much money and just receive books in the mail. Like, I love that my mailbox is small so that they have to put like one package in and then I have to go to the mail post office and pick up the other ones. It makes me feel like I'm a baller. And they're like, why is she here all the time? Oh my gosh. And I'm just like, it's all these books. You know, all these books. So yeah, I love my hauls and I love everyone else's hauls, and we should just keep hauling books forever. Number 14 is Most Beautiful Book I've Bought So Far This Year. And honestly, I would say for me, the reason why it's the most beautiful is not the front cover, it's the magenta pages. And it's a total like insta-buy because I've tried to read it and I had to put it down because it's just really thick and intimidating, and also the action is slow in the beginning. But it is 6'4" by Hideo Yokoyama, and so this is what the front looks like. And it's like a crime thriller, and the pages are magenta. So I wasn't planning to buy this because on Goodreads the reviews aren't like that amazing, but I saw it in a store and I was just like, oh, the magenta pages though! Those pages though! And then I bought it, and now I have a little bit of buyer's regret. A little bit, because it's just massive. It's like 700 pages, yep. It's like 650 pages. So I just think that this book will take me, you know, the rest of all eternity, realistically like a week, to read. So I'm a little salty that I bought it, but also magenta pages. Okay, so the last one is books that I need to read this year, and I think like everyone else, that's like all of the books. I would like to read all of the books. So that finishes up my mid-year freak out. I don't think I freaked out that bad, but I'm excited and I like watching other people's, because it's nice to kind of document the first half of the year, because I feel like by the time we get around to Christmas and the new year, it's like, what did I read in the first half? So it's a nice documentation, and also I just like talking about books. So yeah, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up or subscribe. Yeah, I hope you read some of these books. If you have, what did you think? Please read all the books that I mentioned because they're all amazing. And yeah, I hope that you have the most lovely day, and I will talk to you later. Bye!